English channel that I have neglected terribly lately. I'm so sorry. Hopefully today's video will turn into some sort of vlog and I'll be able to use this footage. But today I'm going to TF1, which is a major French news network. They're having sort of like a publicity news conference type thing. And I was invited and I'm gonna go and talk about Get Beauty. I'm not sure exactly what I'll be talking about yet. They just said I'll be talking. So fingers crossed it's nothing too complicated. And I'm so excited. Right now I'm in front of my train at Montpellier. I'm gonna catch it. But I will keep you up to date throughout the day on what our adventures look like. So I've arrived in Paris. We're on our way to the TF1, their main tower. My taxi driver is very nice and he's letting me film. I always feel so weird when I ask people that. The ride on the train went by pretty quickly. It was just kind of a bummer because the guy next to me kept smoking and I'm like, dude, I'm pregnant. He was smoking and then I asked the people who come around to take tickets before they got to our car. I was like, hey, there's a guy who's smoking. Can you ask him to stop? And they were like, oh, sure. And he stopped, but then I get back and he's eating very loudly, very loudly with his mouth open. I'm like, okay, no luck. And then he starts clipping his nails. He clipped all of them, all of his fingernails for a very long time. At least 5 solid minutes of clipping. It was very long. It was just, I was like, okay, well, this is no luck. And then towards the end of the train ride, he started smoking again. And I was like, sir, I am pregnant. I told him, I just came right out and said, sir, excuse me, I'm pregnant. I'm not supposed to be around tobacco products. Can you please stop? And he was like, oh yes, sure, no worries. Like totally surprised that that would bug somebody. But just so you know, if you go on the trains in France, smoking is totally not allowed. So just very unlucky. I'll show you where we're going soon if I can. I'm not sure how much of it I'll be able to film because I'm going to be speaking for part of it. But yeah, check back with you later. I am on the 8th floor of the TF1 building. This is very exciting. There's lots of security on the way. It was funny because the first security guard I met was like, oh, bonsoir to both of you, because I'm pregnant, you know? And I was thinking, I was like, what if I wasn't pregnant? I wouldn't have been funny just to be like, what? What do you mean? Very excited to be here, very happy. Everyone seems really nice. There's not very many of us here yet. And yeah, well, I'll show you because we got really pretty flowers on that table. So I ended up speaking at the event quite a bit more than I thought. I thought I'd be able to film and I would be around chatting to people and like just kind of watching the presentation. But actually, while they were doing the presentation, I was sitting right up in the front on a panel of YouTubers and then they were asking us questions about like how I started my channel and things like that. But now I'm on my way to catch a plane. It is 8 o'clock. The flight leaves at 9 o'clock and I'll be home, in theory, at 10:20. So that's pretty exciting and a lot faster than the train. But hopefully I'll make it. I'm kind of bummed because I'm missing the dinner. They had a cocktail dînatoire after the panel, but I had to go right away because it was the only plane that was leaving from Paris to Montpellier tonight. So there you go. Hey friends, so it's 2 days later. I'm not sure how much of that coat story made sense or what I got through to you, but basically I brought a brand new coat like 2 days before the event, just for the event, because my old coat, the blue, what is it, navy blue one, is like completely getting holes and it's really worn out and you can see that the color is faded in a lot of areas. It's not very pretty at all. And I was so excited about this like beige trench coat that I got. I talked to you guys about it on like Insta stories and everything. I was so excited. So basically for this event, I was on a panel of YouTubers and I didn't know I was gonna be on this panel until like on the train ride on the way there. And I was like, oh, well that's fun. Like I don't mind speaking in public at all. So it was definitely not a problem. And it was a lot of fun. I really liked doing it. It was really cool. So I answered the questions like in front of this panel thing. During the panel, while the other questions are being like answered by the girl next to me, my phone starts going off and it's like, your taxi will be here in 5 minutes and things like that. I was like, oh, sorry, can I go? Can I go? And the lady was like, yeah, go. And so then I was on the 8th floor of this building and I need to, you know, leave the panel, go down behind, get all my stuff and get down there and be there in like 5 minutes because I've been a little bit late for a taxi, like 2 minutes late once, and the taxi left. So now I'm afraid. I run and I grab my jacket and I leave the building and I don't realize until I am going through security at the airport and they're like, please take off your jacket. And like, I can feel the texture of my jacket and I'm like, this is not my jacket. And the lady at security was like, what? And she just laughed at me and was like, okay, we'll put it in the bin and put it through. The pockets were empty, so that was good. There wasn't like anything sketchy in there, which is always You know, I mean, if you're going on an airplane and somebody had scissors in their pocket or something, it makes you look like a bad person. That's why you shouldn't steal other people's jackets. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, and I called, I made a bunch of phone calls afterwards. I'm like, whose jacket is this? I'm sorry. Also, can I get my jacket back? Because it's a new one. I really like it a lot. I got a hold of them, and the next day, they sent me an address where I could ship the coat. I haven't shipped it yet. I have to get a box or a bag that would fit it. And they're going to be shipping me my jacket. So all is well, ends well. But those jackets, okay. I'll show you a clip. I'll show you a clip of my like old jacket, the one I was used to grabbing every time, and then the jacket I accidentally stole. They're similar enough that you could see why I got confused, I think, I hope. All right, so here are the two jackets standing side by side. This is my old jacket that is kind of faded and getting gross now and really needs to be thrown away. I dropped it, that's great. But other than that, I am trying to make a few purchases for videos that are coming up this month. We've got Mother's Day and I really want to do a video. I don't know if I have time to do it this month because I'll need time to test the products, or if I'll do it in June, but I really want to do like a video on products that YouTubers have come out with and kind of say whether they're good or whether they're crap. Oh, hold on, I'm getting overexposed. The sun's come out, that's lovely though. I'll show you what I got. I got a bunch of stuff off of the Tarte website, and they do ship to France, but you have to pay like customs and duty fees and shipping fees. If you get pay over a certain amount, you don't have to do shipping fees. So I did that, I got the shipping fees taken off. But then with yeah, it ends up being expensive anyways once you get the taxes added on. I'm so excited for these to get here, but I bet they won't be here for at least a couple of weeks. I'm just guessing. Yeah, but if you guys know what you're gonna get your moms for Mother's Day, or if you know what you want for Mother's Day, don't hesitate to leave your suggestions in the comments below, because I am still looking for ideas. And I think the hardest part is like, while I'm adding all of this up, I'm like, oh, that present's just 30 euros, which isn't, this is a good price for a present. Like, it seems like correct, you know, it's not too much, not too little. And then it's like, oh yeah, but if I have to buy like 10 of these to make this video, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So definitely help me out and let me know what would be a great present or what you're really hoping to get for Mother's Day. Yeah. Good morning, friends. I'm going to be doing my makeup with you this morning. This is just a glow mist from Pixi. This one is, I only recommend it for like dry, very dehydrated skin. If you have oily skin, I think you'll probably hate it. But my skin right now, it used to get oily by the end of the day. It was like kind of fine in the morning, and then as the day would go on, it would get more and more oily in the T-zone. And now my skin, like as the day goes on, it's dry to start with, and then as the day goes on, I feel like it just like sucks all the moisture out of my makeup, which is not really good. So I'm going in with multiple layers of moisturizer and everything before putting on any makeup. Then I'm going in with the NYX pore filler. This stuff comes out so weird of the packaging. It like splits out, and you kind of have to have your hands ready to catch it. I don't know. When it's on my face, it's just as good as like the Professional, but like coming out of the packaging, it has quite a few problems. Anyways, I thought I would be chatty today, and a subject I wanted to talk about my main channel for a while now, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And it's kind of some of like the behind the scenes secrets and things you don't really see when you're like not working on YouTube, and when you're not going to conferences, and when you're not talking to other YouTubers and things like that. You don't really realize, but it's kind of interesting. It makes a lot of sense. So the first thing is clothing. You see all of these YouTubers who have like these big, huge clothing hauls where the clothing clearly costs them like $1,000 a haul every couple of weeks, and you're like, wow, they're so lucky that so many clothes. Or sometimes people freak out in the comments about like over consumerism and things like that. But what a lot of them do, I found out recently, probably not all of them, I'm sure there's girls that really do spend 1,000 euros like every couple of weeks, but the majority, they actually use like sites like ASOS where they can get free returns, and they buy like all the stuff they find inspirational and beautiful, like whatever the price is, they buy it. They make the video for you so you can be up to date with like the spring trends and things like that, and then they send the products back. So they just use them for the video. And I mean, that works out great for ASOS, because then ASOS gets free publicity basically. They do free returns for anybody, not just bloggers or whatever. And then sometimes they also, there's quite a few like websites and stuff where they'll give them like huge discounts, like 80% off everything in the store, or they'll give them a gift card for like 200 or 300 euros to spend. And so it's not necessarily coming out of their pocket. So you don't have to be jealous when you see those hauls, because most of them, it's not like they're actually able to keep up with that lifestyle. I think that was my thing, like as I was like starting like blogging and YouTube and everything. I'm like, how are people able to keep up with this? Because this is a lot of money. Like, this is a lot of stuff. And you do get sent quite a bit of free stuff. I say no to most offers just because, I don't know, I know it's not like this in like the States and the UK, but in France, a lot of companies will not send you anything unless you promise it's going to be in a video. Or even if you say like, okay, I can't promise it'll be in a video, but I do take products to test, I do take PR samples, and then if something is like really great, then I'll put it in. Then they've had a lot of companies afterwards kind of come back, not harassing, but like with like multiple emails in the same week, like, hey, so when's the video going up? Okay, I know you said you couldn't make a video, but when you do, make sure you send us the link, and here's your promo code that expires in 2 weeks, which basically means if you want your subscribers to get the promo code, which would be really nice, you're obligated to film the video, get everything up, and do this like whole dedicated video within 2 weeks, which when companies do that, I'm kind of like, I'm not going to be talking about your product now. All fun things to keep in mind. But I know in the US and the States, it's really common to just say, no, I'm sorry, I accept PR samples, but I can't promise that a product will be in a video by a certain date unless I'm paid for it. Because that's what that is. That's product placement. Like if you have to have a product in a video by a certain date, that's work the company's asking you to do for them. It's a publicity they're asking you to do. It's an ad. I'm taking so much longer because I'm like really I'm just chatting with you, and so instead of going on to the next step with my makeup, I'm just like, yeah. CC cream from Bourjois. This has got to be my like 3rd or 4th tube. I'm not really sure which number I'm on now, but I've been buying it since it came out and I love it. So I've zoomed you in a bit because that's how on the G7X you change the angle. You see how this foundation pretty much looks like skin once it's rubbed in? And the coverage is decent too. I really like this CC cream. More YouTuber behind the scenes secrets is that normally, and I don't ever hear people talking about this in France, but they talk about it more openly again on like British and like American YouTubing channels. But a lot of people, once they get past a certain subscriber number, or once, not really the number, once they make enough money to be able to support themselves, they start hiring out for help. Just because YouTube, if you want to progress, it's a lot of work, like a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you don't see. Like people are like, oh, you make so much money making, well, not me, I obviously don't make so much money, but they'll be like, oh, YouTubers make so much money just like spitting out a video a week, like, you know, that kind of a thing. And it's like, no, what you see, if they are making a lot of money, normally the video per week is like the tip of the iceberg, and then there's all this stuff underneath that they have to do to get to that point. Also in France, you kind of make diddly squat with AdSense. It is not enough to live off of by any means. And so, you know, the bigger YouTubers, even though they have like these like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views for every single video, that's not where the bulk of their money comes from usually. A lot of YouTubers hire help. They'll hire help to help them answer comments. So sometimes like people get upset. They're like, oh, the mid-range YouTubers, they don't answer that many comments or things like that. And they don't, I don't know, they'll be like, oh, this and this person, she likes every single comment every time. She's got like 2 million subscribers or whatever. And it's like, she actually hires out to have people like her comments and to have somebody who goes in and answers them for her. I know people who do that because otherwise it just gets to be too much, too overwhelming. A lot of people have like somebody that helps them just with their image overall online. So like if they tweet something stupid, there's somebody there right behind them to erase it really fast and do any kind of damage control, or let them know if there's any sort of scandal going on Instagram about them or Twitter or whatever. And that's kind of like that person is hired to do that. That's their job, which is really cool that YouTube is, it's big enough that like one YouTube channel, they're able to hire like multiple people to help them and stuff. That's really cool. Also, usually videos that are really well done and it looks like there's probably a cameraman behind the scenes like moving the camera. There probably is somebody behind the scenes moving the camera. Hi, sweetie. Please what? Oh, so I'm telling you all of this. Like, I don't think any of these things are bad or like you should or shouldn't do them. I'm just letting you know, like, especially if you're starting out and you're like, how can people possibly do all of this? How are they making a living? How do they find the time, especially since they're traveling all the time, things like that. They're hiring out help usually, which isn't bad at all. I mean, it definitely helps the economy. You're giving somebody a job. I really don't think it's a bad thing to hire out help. Oh. Not everybody who hires help hires for the things that I listed. Sometimes they hire help for other things. There was one lady who was saying that she hired out help for cleaning her house. She's like, once I got to the point where I could like sustain myself on YouTube, I started hiring a house cleaner once a week because I hate cleaning and I need my house to look clean in my YouTube videos. It's something that saves her several hours a week that she can then instead spend on her videos. Some people hire out for, let's see, there's the filming. You sometimes get people to hire out for the editing too. They'll have somebody that edits. And this is not everybody and every big YouTuber who does this. And I don't know or I've never heard of anyone who hires out somebody to do all of these things. They usually just like will pick 1 or 2 things where they need a little bit of extra help and they'll hire somebody to do that for them, which is cool. But if you're starting out and feeling overwhelmed and like, how do they do that? They do it with help. They don't necessarily do it all alone. I mean, I'm sure there's a few super ladies out there that do, but it's definitely not everybody. How are those looking relatively even? I'm just going to the park. I don't need to look super nice. All right, so this is my final face. And yeah, I'm just going out to the park today and then going to come home, make lunch, and go to the mall. If I come home with something, if I'm able to buy anything, I'll do a little mini haul for you. Hopefully I'll find a few things. I'm also on the hunt for Mother's Day gift ideas, so hopefully I'll find a few nice things. We're just back from the park and I got some really cute things, some really cool things in the mail, so I'm gonna show you that right now. This is a package from Pixi. I talk about the glow tonic in a lot of my videos, and I think they might have seen that, I'm guessing. Otherwise, this is just like a new thing. But I got a mini version of the glow tonic, which is lovely. And then I also have the glow tonic cleansing pads. These are to go, which is gonna be so nice for traveling because I really do love these. I only use them 2 to 3 times a week, but they definitely help keep zits away and help exfoliate my skin. Love it. And then this is a glow mud cleanser that I've heard really amazing things about. So excited to try that. It's been on my wish list for a while. So very big thank you to Pixi. Ah, I love this stuff. I'm gonna turn down the volume on the TV because you can probably hear Sophia the First singing in the background. There's a brand that's called Cuddle and Kind, and I'll leave you the link down below. And they sell the cutest stuffed animals. Absolutely adorable. This one is called Scout. My husband picked it out. There was a few models that I thought were a bit cuter. They're all adorable. They're all very cute. I picked out most of the stuff for baby so far, so I thought I'd give my husband a turn to pick something out. And I don't know if the baby's gonna get much use out of it because Amelia is stealing it already. She loves it. What's really cool about this is that they're handmade, and then for every doll sold, there are 10 meals. 1 doll equals 10 meals. So it helps Peruvian families that are trying to become economically independent. Very cool. Yeah, I'll leave you links down below. They've got more details on their website. And then Clinique sent me a package that I am thrilled about because they sent me their Take the Day Away balm. Is that what it is? Take the Day Off balm. This is one of my favorite skincare products of all time. Again, trying to focus. This stuff is just so nice for taking off your makeup. It's fragrance free, doesn't make you break out, and gets your skin super clean without feeling like squeaky and tight and dry. So very excited to have that back in my collection. I've probably purchased like 3 or 4 of these, but I haven't bought one recently because I was trying to finish up some other skincare, so I'm so happy to have that. And then this is the Clinique Take the Day Off, just their makeup remover. I don't think it's anything super special. It's not bad at all, it's good, but then I think you can get some stuff at the drugstore that's pretty similar. Definitely the balm is worth the money, but for me this one's just kind of like, nice. I've got glitter crayons because, here, let me show you. I got sent their new chubby lip crayon box. How cool is this? And then here are their other 2 chubby sticks. It's the Crayola like collaboration line. So that's very exciting. And then I also got glitter crayons, which is great because I have a 2-year-old who's going to very much appreciate these. And this is Clinique Fresh Press 7-Day System with pure vitamin C. I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea what this is. I even read the back and I'm like, oh, I think it's a vitamin C that you mix in with your moisturizer. So my battery went from looking like it's full on the little image to flashing bright red. Quick, charge me or I'm going to stop. So I'm gonna let you guys go here. I love you very much and I can't wait to see you in the next vlog.